Have you ever wondered why we celebrate Valentine's Day in the first place? Let's delve into the heart-shaped box of history to find the answer. Our story begins in the time of ancient Rome with a wild festival called Lupercalia. Celebrated in the Ides of February, this festival involves some rather unromantic activities, like animal sacrifices and whipping women with animal hides, all in the name of fertility. But how did we get from there to exchanging love notes and chocolates? We can thank or blame, depending on your perspective, a few men named Valentine. These Valentines, canonized as saints, were martyred in the 3rd century for their Christian beliefs. One of them, Saint Valentine of Terni, was said to have secretly performed weddings for soldiers forbidden to marry. His defiance in the name of love arguably laid the foundation for what we now know as Valentine's Day. So, from a wild Roman festival to a day of romance, that's quite the transformation, wouldn't you say? Now, let's lighten the mood with a funny fact about Valentine's Day. Have you ever found yourself strolling through the pet aisle of your local store in mid-February, wondering who on earth buys Valentine's Day gifts for their pets? Well, it turns out a lot of people do. In fact, over 9 million people buy their furry friends a Valentine's Day gift each year. It's a hilarious trend that underlines the broad impact of the holiday, and it just goes to show that love isn't limited to human relationships. Whether it's a heart-shaped toy for Fluffy the cat, or a box of gourmet treats for Rover the dog, these pet owners are spreading the love far and wide. So if you ever feel a little left out on Valentine's Day, just remember, somewhere out there, there's probably a cat lounging on a plush, heart-shaped pillow, or a dog gnawing on a gourmet bone, feeling the love. So next time you're feeling left out on Valentine's Day, just remember, there's probably a cat somewhere receiving a heart-shaped toy mouse. And now, for something a bit more chilling about Valentine's Day. Most folks associate this day with love, romance, and sweet gestures. But the history of February 14th is not all hearts and flowers. In fact, it's stained with one of the most infamous events in mob history, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. This gruesome event took place on Valentine's Day in 1929, right in the heart of Prohibition-era Chicago. 7 members of Chicago's North Side gang were brutally gunned down by rivals from Al Capone's South Side Italian gang. This shockingly violent event, right on the Day of Love, sent shockwaves through the nation and remains a stark contrast to the holiday's usual connotations of love and romance. So, as you're enjoying your chocolates and roses, spare a thought for the darker side of Valentine's Day history. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all!